Hello everybody, video here for you today. Beyond Oak Island is a show in which the History Channel and Rick and Marty Lagina get involved in other treasure mysteries. If you missed any of my recaps of The Curse of Oak Island or Beyond Oak Island, there's a link to the playlist in the upper right. This is the no-cap recap of Season 1, Episode 8 called Montezuma's Treasure. Let's get into it. As usual, the episode opens in the Oak Island War Room. Marty Lagina says they have been fortunate in that their work on Oak Island has resulted in many other treasure mysteries being brought to their attention. Some are instantly discardable, he says, but some not so much. Marty explains that he was recently contacted by Corby Robertson, who lives in Texas, but recently purchased a ranch in Utah because he believes there is Aztec gold hidden on it. As has been explained on several episodes of Beyond Oak Island, after Christopher Columbus's 1492 voyage, the Spanish colonized the Caribbean islands, arriving there in droves due to tales of huge amounts of gold. It wasn't too long before all the gold there was found, and in the February of 1519, Cortez and 500 men took this route and eventually arrived in Tenochtitlan, I believe that's pronounced, which is now Mexico City, Tenochtitlan. They discovered the tales of the empire and its riches were true, and they see that the Aztecs not only were an advanced people, but they also had ostentatious displays of gold and silver. Emperor Montezuma gave them much treasure in hopes that they would leave the city in peace, but instead they tore the city apart and found a secret treasure room. Cortez took Montezuma captive, and on June 30th, 1520, the Aztecs rebelled. Montezuma ended up dead in an unknown manner, and the Aztecs, which greatly outnumbered the Spanish, forced them to flee the city. Cortez escaped to a city 75 miles away and spent a year there gathering allies to eventually return to the capital, but upon arrival he discovered that many of the people and much of their treasure were gone. 6 years ago, a historian named John O'Brien visited Oak Island and proposed the theory that the missing Aztec treasure was buried there, due in part to the massive amount of blue clay that exists on the island. The blue clay is worth more than gold to the Aztecs. The triangle-shaped swamp and Nolan's Cross have symbols that were important in the culture of the Aztecs as well. And O'Brien thinks that the South Shore Shaft was their original mine for blue clay, and once they fled South America, they repurposed that shaft to hide their treasures so that the Spanish would never find it. Since then, the clues that have been found on Oak Island point to various peoples, but the Aztecs are not among them. Corby Robertson thinks they fled to Utah instead. Maddie Blake and Rick and Marty Lagina meet with Corby via video conferencing. In the 1970s, a green van arrived on the Utah ranch, and a man got out and asked the former owner's wife if they had a bullseye on their property. She said yes, and the man said he thinks that's the location of Montezuma's treasure. The man had drawings with him based on stone tablets found in Arizona called the Peralta stones that are believed to be a coded map to the treasure. The man easily found several landmarks on the property and predicted they would find stick figure petroglyphs and blue writing, which they did. He also had decoded from the Peralta stones that there would be 3 steps or levels below carved symbols that would lead to a treasure chamber. The steps would have entrances, and the first 2 would be booby-trapped, but the third would lead to the treasure. The former owners dug with a backhoe and revealed the first 2 steps, as well as a small ball of what they believed to be hardened gold. Before they could find the 3rd step, the family fell into financial ruin and had to sell the property. A week after this video conferencing, the former owner's son, Brent Judge, returns to the ranch to continue the investigation along with an archaeologist and the ranch co-managers. Before Corby commits the finances to a full search, he wants the archaeologist to give his opinion of these petroglyphs. He says they are not the usual type that are found in Utah. The archaeologist says that the bullseye would be called concentric circles in his line of work, and since it's the only carving in the area that is meant to be seen by people walking by. Next up is the blue writing, and the archaeologist says he has not seen that color in Utah petroglyphs. He also says he believes it's not a hoax due to the hundreds of years of erosion that has covered the writing. 2 days later, they began ground-penetrating radar scans. The first 2 steps they have already uncovered are highlighted in blue and yellow here, with the supposed location of the 3rd step still underground. The ground-penetrating radar reveals this anomaly that could be the 3rd step. The GPR indicated that it is 5 or 6 feet underground, extends, and then goes down, and then drops another 6 to 8 feet. They continue the GPR scanning in hopes of finding a void or cavern, and do indeed see what appears to be an open space on the monitor. The next day, the results of the refined data are revealed, and there appears to be a 10-foot wide open space. If it were caved in or otherwise filled, the data would not look like that. Corby reports the findings to the Oak Island team, and he decides to take the chance on digging the area. And that's the end of the episode. Some of the episodes of Beyond Oak Island are followed up with a part 2, so perhaps this Season 1 episode will be continued in the current Season 2. There was no Curse of Oak Island or Beyond Oak Island on 2/22/22 due to Abraham Lincoln's takeover of the History Channel for President's Week. But there will be new episodes on March 1st. This recap wraps up last year's Season 1 of Beyond Oak Island, but I'll continue recapping Season 2 this year as those episodes are aired, and of course all the Curse of Oak Island episodes as well. I am Steve Simpson. I am known as Coach Steve Money, and I am a Ramsey Solutions certified financial coach, and you can schedule a free financial coaching consultation assessment with me at calendly.com/Coach Steve Money. The link is also in the video description. You can email me about coaching or anything on my YouTube channel, video games, Oak Island, of course, computer stuff, financial stuff, anything that's on your mind. I'd be more than happy to interact with you. Channel donations can be sent to paypal.me/Coach Steve Money. I don't have the 1,000 subscribers yet to qualify for YouTube money of any kind, including Super Chats. So until then, you can use paypal.me/Coach Steve Money, and every little bit helps, obviously. You can add me on Instagram at Coach Steve Money, no spaces. And of course, the YouTube channel is youtube.com/Coach Steve Money. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe and click the notification bell. That way you're aware whenever I post a new video or do a live stream. Thank you so much.